Just think when we work on like hot rods and race cars, how much fun that'll be compared to daily driver maintenance and repair. Okay, we just made that jingle up right now. Okay.
So we put some lines on here to gauge distance and stuff. So as you can see, it sticks out through the bottom a ways. I put the sway bar back together. We got to put all this stuff back on. This, that, and the other thing. Got to put this on, hook it back in the clip thing. So, you know, all that. This thing. Hey, this one I have the little, hey.
It's not bigger than those.
Oh, it's a 27. Way bigger than that?
No, not really. Go to the axle nut size set.
Where's that container?
Where all the other containers are, on the second shelf of that.
Second shelf?
Of the, well, on the shelf of that. Yeah, it's the big, it'd be the blue one. Got a blue tag on it. So we had to chisel it apart, which I did not like, but it is what it is. We did this, that, and the other thing. Clamped that to clamp the two stops together, so we just jack up the whole car to put more pressure on this.
29.
Yeah. Oh, is there like a 30? A 30 or a 31, or did I just skip right to 32?
30 and a 32.
What size is this?
30.
Ah, it's gonna be the 32, isn't
I'll
it?
take it. 32.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, can we have the Ugga Dugga gun?
Tight?
Yeah. What have you been working on?
Supervising.
And cleaning a bolt or two, and then
Cleaning the bolt.
moving some wood.
We'll do it on a 2.
Eh,
Let's try it.
questionable.
I'll take the camera.
Oh, I got this.
How tight is that puller in there? Or pulley? Or the,
I don't know, you want to grab this and clean the junk off it? It's
Yep.
warm. Oh, hey.
Is there a washer in there?
No, it doesn't appear. Well, there might be.
It's important to know that.
but it would come like this. There we go.
No, it doesn't look like there is.
Oh, this has a washer, doesn't it?
Oh, geez.
Well, I'm talking about like a different type of washer, I guess.
Those don't fold over after you touch your fence. So what kind of a, you know, it's like a sack of washers? Is that weird?
Yeah, those are a lot more common than this
So
one.
weird.
See quite a few.
Well,
Well, that was easy to get off.
we'll put a little anti-seize in the new one, and then slap around. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll give that back to you. So the rear nut is 170 to 195, I think it said. So we're gonna see at about 175 what it looks like. Here we go. Our light is calling SOS apparently.
Technically, you're supposed to like spin it as you're doing it.
What's the memory effect on it?
So just
According to the construction.
so go straight up on it. They're not wiggling around on the jack stands.
lift the car up.
Right there. Okay, so now how does that feel? Like wiggling around and feel tight? Looks pretty good. There you go. Okay, now we got bits and pieces to finish this side.
What are we doing at the moment, sir?
You gotta get the brake. You gotta get the brake line in while it's dripping. While it's dripping. Oh, there's a hole right there.
Yeah.
Okay, that can go there. That can go. We can zip tie that there. Okay. So try to get this thing back in place.
Tell me about a lot of stuff at Home Depot.
I wonder who that was.
$1,800.
Oh. Somebody likes roofing.
Where's all that?
I don't know if we're gonna get that in. Day 2. We only had so many hours yesterday to work on the Mighty Contour. Day 2. We've got one side essentially wrapped up, and now we learned a few tips and tricks to get the other side done, so it should take half the time, a third less time, something like that. It was so hot the past week, last week before, and now it's, I don't know, what is it? The car says 66 degrees. Never mind that flat tire sign. I did the right thing after I bought this car brand new. This is the Malibu. Hey, 267,000 right now. Look at that guy. And I bought rebuild kits for the tire pressure monitors, which do not include the batteries because the batteries are permanent. I'll talk. So, driver's side is put back together. All we need to do is bleed the brake on this side, which we'll do after we get the other side done, because we'll have to bleed that one too. So, with that being said, we'll jump over to the other side. Passenger side, old strut out, new strut
Partially in.
partially in.
It's bolted on top completely. They're both snuggish.
So it has two bolts. You can see on that one, it has two bolts that sit on the top that kind of hold the perch. And so now we're going to clamp the strut to kind of that ledge that it sits on, and then we will drive the spindle up into the strut. There we go.
Okay, this is probably gonna be round.
Okay. Quick lessons learned video. When you're removing a strut, pretty straightforward. You just pound the knuckle out, fight with the bolts up there. That's fun. Installing though, here's where we got smarter. Is we put pressure from the outside of the hub, so we jacked.
So
go ahead.
Before we jacked on the right here and just pushed it up, which worked, but you'd have to put a pry bar like right here to try to get the angle right. So we decided to jack on this side, and that helped tilt it in so the suspension geometry was correct, that we could get this slid in. We also cleaned it out with a wire brush a lot better than we did before.
And then we spread it a little bit more with a hammer and chisel.
I'm not a big fan of chiseling on, you know, cast parts, but
so some people might say don't jack from that hub. We're not putting a ton of pressure on it. Plus, we're replacing the hub anyway.
This one's junk anyway.
Yeah. Plus, we're replacing the hub.
It's got some.
You know what? Should we do the hub quick right now?
I want to get the spring set back into the perch correctly first.
Okay, so the compressor kind of bends it a little bit goofy because you only have room for one, not the second one.
Because
So-
you can't fit your hand in there otherwise.
So we will get that out, make sure the top bolts are tight, the bottom pinch bolt is tight in there now, and then
Top bolts are actually really tight.
top bolts are tight. Just want to make sure. Make sure. Okay. I'll stop saying K. I'm going to say L. Okay, spring compressor is out. Hold on. So we got Ugga Dugga, and what size is that?
32.
So 32. So here we have, oh my goodness. So here we have, can't do this with one hand.
We might actually be done before lunch.
Hey now. Then we can do,
Oh, that's right.
we got a CV axle for another car. Here's our pile of empty parts. Just think when we work on like hot rods and race cars, how much fun that'll be compared to daily driver maintenance and repair. Okay, we just made that jingle up right now. Okay, so take a look at how crazy it is to do this. So, the hub,
That's why you buy a Milwaukee Impact.
you buy Ugga Dugga. But, so that's about 180 foot-pounds. But the hub, take the hub off. It goes on a spindle, just like a front-wheel drive, or like an old car. You just got that, right? So here,
It definitely doesn't ride the smoothest on the spare. You can.
you can
It
see
looks
the-
like it's gotten pretty warm too
Yep.
on the face.
you can see this. These are heat treated here. That's why these have that. So we're gonna get a little.
Yeah, but this face is warm compared to how that one's now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this to you. Grab your paper towel. We're gonna wipe the spindle off. Wipe that spindle off. I'm gonna grab some silver goo.
It's known as the anti-sag.
Here, I'll do that quick while you're doing that. Oh, tripping over stuff. Don't worry. That was just the safety glasses I kicked across the room. That should be fine. Okay. We're gonna add just kind of on the surface here, little anti-seize. That's all we want. Just so that'll come out. We can add some to the front later too if we need to. But of course the little gear there is where the ABS line,
See that?
ABS sensor will read. This car is real touchy ABS sensors. If you're familiar with early 2000s GM trucks, Suburbans, whatever, where the ABS will come on prematurely, that's why we have some vehicles where it does that, and we've taken steps to make it not do that. This does it sometimes too. So we'll see by replacing both rear hubs how that works. Okay, silver goo is on the back. Watch yourself. And it slides right on.
It takes a second to get it all.
So you may need to rubber mallet it just to make sure. Or 2x4 it.
What angle wedges do I have? Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to tap it.
Just want to make sure we start it straight. So you can see how well our brake job has set up or held up, the rear brakes on here. We still get comments on those videos sometimes. So we're just gonna get it started on there. Yeah, there, it moved some. It moved a little more. There we go. Just got some ridges to get past. So, we've got the nut. It's got a built-in washer on there. Get that spun on. Set it at a slightly lower level than we had it before.
So.
And then the torque specs were excuse me, 100 and we had it at
170 to 190 something.
170 to 185. So we left it. So now that I'm not sure why we're moving it because we had it.
We moved it down because you never want to let a torque wrench sit.
I would have left it overnight. Would have been fine.
Grandpa made me.
Anyway, so bring her up to 175.
This is an Olden Master Mechanic. There we go. We're at 175.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Getting too old for this.
That's right, youngster. She probably want to get her snug. You're gonna stand back. Danger zone. So slowly drowse it in. You getting there? So, anytime you are taking brake lines off, we have them plugged up so they don't leak. But we're watching the brake fluid, always keeping brake fluid, Walmart special, Super Check! Keep that ready. You don't want to run your cylinder empty, master cylinder empty, because then you're really having some hard times. Okay, here we go. And like with this, like with a front wheel drive car, you have to worry about like the axle turning and all that. With this, it doesn't. It's just a spindle. It's, to me, it's so weird. We've never had the rear taken apart on these before.
Independent rear suspension.
Independent rear. It's high tech.
Race car.
2000. She's high tech.
This is the pinnacle of automotive engineering.
This is. It's all downhill from here. But this one does have four-wheel ABS. Some didn't. And I've told this story before. When we bought one of these brand new, many years ago. She's perfect. She's perfect. You could get rear disc brakes if you had a 5-speed manual. And I tried to find a 5-speed manual and could not. Because nobody wanted the manual. That was even back in 2000. They were hard to find. Today they're even harder. So that's how easy the hub is. Boom, that's it.
5-minute job.
So you don't have to take the brakes apart. You just got to get the drum off. And so that's nice. We thought we'd have to take the backing plate and all that, but there's no bolts on the back. That's it. Okay. With that being said,
now we get to put the brake trim on, but first we gotta get our brake line back on.
So, brake lines are fun.
I don't like them at all. They're pretty bad.
But at least these we've had on and off before. So we just got to make sure those threads are clean and like trying to get that back on. That's fun. But we fought and we won.
We fought. No, we sought. We conquered. And we won.
So we had to bleed both sides quick. The bleeder on this side was seized.
Even though
it's only a year old, because you know what? Minnesota is rust. Okay. Last but not least, we got the little cap to go in. Sometimes you can put them in dry. Sometimes you put them in with a little sealant.
We are not putting anything.
We're putting them in dry. Does it work for this long dry? So we're gonna go just fine with that.
We gotta line it up.
And you just get her started, and you tap it in. Tap around all the corners, and then spin it. Make sure it looks good. If all the edges are seated, then that's it.
All the corners.
All the edges. I said edges.
Yeah.
Before I said corners.
You said tap on all the corners.
I think you probably heard.
Tap on all the corners of the circles, guys.
Correctly. Yeah, tap the corners of a very round object. So that's it. Sway bar has been connected. ABS line put back in place. Brake line put back in place. The hub, little cover guy, little dust cap installed, and then we just bread the brakes. We bread the brakes. We bread them good. Must be lunchtime. We also bled them as well as breading them. I wonder what brakes taste like when they're breaded. I don't know. Okay, that's it. So this thing we bought at 83,000. 83,000.
127,807 miles.
And photographic memory guy. So now we have 127K. So an 87,000 to 127 is 40,000 miles. Is that possible? So I drove it for a while. It's really my son's car. You know what? If he's nice to me today, we'll give him a new sticker. That did not survive. It did not survive being scraped.
Any order rust.
Yeah. It did not survive.
Any order rust.
Being scraped on the window through that time. Always do a quick once over. We're still 1,000 miles short of an oil change, and this thing is, she's clean, she's tight. So we're not going to change it early. It's good.
It's those.
Hold on, are you cracking into the go and get stuffed crackers? He's cracking into the crackers.
It's like the 3 times we put. It's like the 3 times that we took apart the timing chain on this. No, timing belt. Sorry.
Well, this was our first overhead cam timing belt, so it took a while to figure out how to do it. But now everyone is kind of the same.
We're professional because we only took it apart 3 times.
So we're pretty good, I think. I don't mind timing chains though, if you just leave them be, as long as they keep working, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up for this unit. 2000 Ford Contour, 40,000 miles. We've done timing belt because it was getting up there in age, serpentine belt, radiator hoses. The tires were still good. We've done brakes, front brakes, back brakes.
Water pump
Since we were there. Fuel pump was replaced right before we bought it, a year before we bought it.
Yeah, like a few hundred miles.
At least these are cool because you pull the back seat and there's a little panel. You don't got to cut a hole in the floor to get to it. Not that we would ever do that on our Chevy pickups or Suburbans or anything, but anyway. That's it. So we're going to sign off right here with... Oh, the battery just died when I said we're going to sign off right here. Or is it still going? It's still going! Okay, 3% life. We're good. Yeah, we're done. Get her back on the road, drive around a little bit. It looks like you don't gotta mess with the alignment in the rear because nothing changes with the strut. It goes right back in the same place. So we'll drive around and make sure it's good. If it does start to wear kind of funny, we'll get it in to the shop and we'll get her aligned. But with that being said, thank you much, everybody. And never forget, Minnesota is Rose.
Yeah.